Hello students, today we are going to start chapter number 7, that is non-cooperation movement. In the Indian national movement, the period from 1920 to 1947 is known as the Gandhian era. After the death of Lokmanya Tilak in 1920, the responsibility of national movement went into the hands of Mahatma Gandhi. He gave a new direction to the freedom movement with the principles of truth, non-violence and satyagraha. Due to influential leadership of Mahatma Gandhi, the national movement became more active and led to the beginning of new era in the freedom movement in India. Role of Gandhiji in South Africa. Mahatma Gandhi went to the South Africa to practice law in 1893. South Africa was a colony of the British, and many Indians settled there for business, trade and such other work. In South Africa, the Indians were given status of black peoples. Therefore, they were treated as criminals and insulted at all the times. In 1906, Government of South Africa declared that it was compulsory for the blacks to carry an identity cards and their freedom was restricted. Gandhiji did not like. He started non-violence movement, that is Satyagraha, in South Africa against this discrimination. Through the path of Satyagraha, he gained justice for the Indian people in South Africa. Gandhiji arrives in India. On 9th January 1915, Gandhiji returned to India from South Africa. Gopal Krishna Gokhale suggested Gandhiji to visit entire nation. As per his suggestion, Gandhiji visited entire country. By seeing the miserable condition of the Indian people, he felt very sorry for them and he promised himself that he will serve the nation. He stayed at the Sabarmati Ashram in Ahmedabad. He followed the technique of Satyagraha to gain justice for the common people in India. Philosophy of Satyagraha. Gandhi used the technique of Satyagraha to get justice against unjust policies of British in India. Satyagraha means following the way of truth, patience to make, realize and bring transformation in the views of a person. Gandhiji always taught people that if they follow the way of Satyagraha, they should never use violence and untruth path. Even many countries adopted the path of Satyagraha to fight against injustice. Gandhiji's path of Satyagraha was influenced on Martin Luther King and Nelson Mandela, who were struggling for the rights of the blacks in America and South Africa. Champaran Satyagraha. In Bihar, farmers of Champaran were forced to grow indigo and other cash crops instead of the food crops, which was necessary for the survival. These goods were purchased from them at a very low prices. Without food and money, the situation of farmers were growing worse. Due to this, Gandhiji went to Champaran in 1917 and organized the farmers and launched agitation by following the way of Satyagraha. Gandhiji's first war of independence in India became successful and the farmers were given justice. Kheda Satyagraha. The Kheda Satyagraha of 1918 in the Kheda district of Gujarat in India during the British rule in India was a major revolt. It was the second Satyagraha movement after Champaran Satyagraha led by Gandhiji. The crops had failed due to droughts. As per law, the farmers were entitled to remission if the produce was less. Remission means cancellation of tax. But government refused and forcing them to pay the tax. By launching movement, Gandhiji was successful to get suspended the tax. Workers' movement at Ahmedabad. In Ahmedabad, there were many textile mills. During the First World War, the prices of commodities had gone up and the mill workers were demanding higher wages, means salaries. The mill owners were not ready to accept their demands. Gandhiji launched a movement in a peaceful manner and asked the workers to go on hunger strike. Finally, the mill's owners agreed their demands and their salary was increased. Satyagraha against Rowlatt Act. During First World War, the Indians had helped the British against other countries. After this, Indian thought that the British will show concern against Indian. But instead of showing concern, the prices of commodities and taxes went on increasing. Due to this, there was growing unrest among the Indians. The Indians started taking action against this. So the British government formed a committee under guidance of Sir Sidney Rowlatt. According to recommendations of this committee, a new law was passed without involving Indians members in Central Legislative Assembly. On 17 March 1919, this law came to known as Rowlatt Act. According to this law, British government had a right to arrest any Indian without any warrant and can put in the jail. An appeal made by them against punishment was rejected as per the Act. The anger between Indians grew all over the country. The Indian called this Rowlatt Act as a Black Act. Gandhiji launched a Satyagraha movement on 6th April 1919 and appealed to the Indians to follow Hartal, means strike, all over the India against this act. Indians supported Gandhiji on a large scale. Jallianwala Bagh Massacre. The movement that arose against the Rowlatt Act took fierce form in the Punjab province. Amritsar became the main center of this movement. The British government started crushing these movements. Gandhiji was banned to enter into Punjab province. So under the leadership of Dr. Satyapal and Dr. Kichlew, this movement was carried out. General Dyer passed an order to ban public meetings in Amritsar. Due to this, these two leaders were arrested for their involvement in Amritsar Hartal case. A large but peaceful crowd gathered at Jallianwala Bagh in Amritsar on April 13, 1999 on day of Baisakhi to protest against the arrest of leaders. Jallianwala Bagh had only one exit. Its other three sides were surrounded by walls. General Dyer, the military commander of Amritsar, surrounded the Bagh with the soldiers. After closing the exit with his troops, he ordered them to shoot at the crowd. The troops kept on firing till their ammunition was exhausted. Nearly 400 people, including men and women, were killed, and many people were wounded. After firing, curfew was announced, and hence immediate treatment to the injured could not be made available. In entire Punjab, military law was enforced, and many people were sent to jail by the British government. General Michael O. Dyer, Governor of Punjab, was responsible for this massacre. Indians started protesting all over the country against this. Rabindranath Tagore was honored by the title of Sir by the British, but due to this incident, he returned the title to the British. Indians demanded for inquiry for this massacre. So the British government appointed the Hunter Commission for the investigation.